Hello, let's play a bunch of New York Times games, but first we reveal our dad joke of the day and this day in history. You'll have to guess which one's which. All right. Why did the cat run away from the tree? Because of its bark. All right. And on January 22nd, 1997, falling space debris strikes Oklahoma woman. Ooh, yikes. On January 22nd, 1997, Lottie Williams was struck by a 6-inch piece of Delta II rocket as it returned to Earth from space. She had been walking through O'Brien Park in Tulsa, Oklahoma early in the morning and noticed a meteor-like flash of light in the sky before the space junk hit her shoulder. Rockets like the Delta II were built with lightweight material, so they would break apart when entering Earth's atmosphere. The debris that hit Williams was as light as an aluminum can, so thankfully she was uninjured. Experts cannot predict exactly where space debris will land when objects re-enter the atmosphere. However, they are able to alter a decaying satellite's altitude, so the areas affected are usually over water or deserts. It's not that time. It reminds me of Dead Like Me, where she dies. Don't worry, it's not a spoiler. It's in the first 2 seconds. She dies from the toilet of the International Space Station falling to right on top of her. Anyway, I would like to thank the following people for starting a new month. Thank you to Bailey Richardson, Joseph Makowski, King Eeyore, Lothar Fox, Marnie, Oakley Dokley, and Sonalita for starting a new month. And then also special thanks to It's Me Flamey for a year of membership, 12 months now. All right, well, let's start with connections. We're finding 4 groups of 4. We got timer, fumble, spiny, sharp, turnover, Ellen, crisp, miss, use, clear, cobbler, trip, crumble, fluff, distinct, and strudel. A strudel and a turnover are both just pastries. Yummy, yummy. Maybe a crumble. Is a cobbler a pastry? I know a cobbler is a person who repairs shoes. For some reason, cobbler makes me think of pastry as well. Maybe because I have pastries on my mind. I'm not entirely sure, so that might be a category, but I'm not going to waste a mistake if that's wrong. We'll just find other categories first. Distinct. It feels fairly distinct. Is this use or use? Or something else? Use. The use of something? Using something? In the past, we've had timer to be apps on your phone, but I could see timer and clear both being buttons on some kind of appliance, like an oven, or I don't know, within your clock. I don't know, within a stopwatch. Maybe not. Spiny is interesting. It's right next to sharp, so maybe they're trying to trick us there. Sharp, the way I like my cheddar cheese. Miss trip. Trip like trip and fall. Trip like go somewhere. How about fluff? There's marshmallow fluff. Fluff is just in general like just additives, just to fill the area. Ellen. ELLEL is a magazine that appears a lot in crosswords, so that kind of sticks out to me as well. Is it magazines plus a letter? That would be kind of fun, but I don't know if I know enough magazines to tell you for sure. It's been a long time since magazines have been like in the checkout aisle, at least that I've paid attention to them. There used to be entire aisles of magazines at grocery stores, but I think they got rid of those, or I just don't go down that aisle. Who knows? Anyway, what I'm asking is, have magazines fallen out of favor? Are people not getting magazines anymore? All right, turnover. I still think turnover and strudel should be pastries. Clear, cobbler. Cobbler starts with cobble. I don't know if that helps. Probably not. I'm looking for purple here because sometimes that can just help you get the rest. Fumble. So you fumble, you drop something, or specifically in football, Maybe these are football terms. Fumble and turnover. Is turnover a football term? It feels like it could be. Like, is the ball switches teams or something? I don't. Fumble and trip. How about that? You fumble over something. You trip. You crumble, maybe? I kind of want crumble to be the with strudel and stuff. You miss, maybe? You fumble, you trip, you miss. Like, this is like mistakes, maybe athletic related mistakes of some kind. What's the other one though? Fluff? I think fluff can mean that. I think it's a not as common definitions, but like you, I don't know, for lack of a better way of saying it, you fluff up. I don't know. Am I making that up? Let's find out. No, that was correct. Bungle. Hey, +2 to blue. We're in blue, therefore got blue first. Made it easier to find blue. All right, that wasn't necessarily easy. These are synonyms, but like putting fluff in there. Okay, so I'm a little bit more confident in strudel, crumble, turnover, maybe crisp. Are these all apple? These are all apple treats. Apple crisp, apple turnover, apple crumble, apple strudel. Okay. No. Apple cobbler then? Do I chase the one away? I'm gonna try what I originally thought. Darn it. Fruit desserts. All right. I had it right, and then I saw crisp and was like, that's better, but apparently not. Crisp and sharp certainly go together. Clear, distinct. There we go. Now that there's fewer words, it was a lot easier to see that. Well defined as an image. Okay. Use Ellen, spiny, and yeah. Oh, this. I think this actually is magazines. There's There's U.S. magazine, or is it Us? Maybe there's both. Anyway, I think it's probably Us magazine. Spin, I've not heard of, but I could see that being a magazine. And Time magazine, of course, the most famous magazine. All right. I don't know. Is Time the most famous magazine? Maybe National Geographic, maybe something else. Let me know what you think is the most famous magazine. All right. I figured out purple, but I didn't know enough about magazines to be confident in finding the other ones. So that still did happen last. I'm sad about the mistake I made, but I do think Apple Crisp was a built-in red herring. I think they included that specifically to make you put that in with green. So I'm sure I'm not the only one who did that guess. Difficulty-wise, though, I think it's a little bit harder than usual. Maybe like a 2.7 instead of a 2.3. And let's say we have a 70% solve rate then. The magazines are trivia, but that can just happen. 2 out of 5. They thought it was easy. Maybe if you work for the New York Times, you know your magazines. Oh, 85%. Okay, so I guess it was easier than I thought. More people know magazines than I thought, or there's something else going on. 1 in 922, so it is a pretty common mistake to make. 71% are getting green first, then 21% for yellow, and then so blue first is pretty uncommon, but not as uncommon as purple. Second, wow, purple is still very, very uncommon. So it's not the magazines. The magazines are just happening. It's people are getting green and they're getting the other ones. Sorry. Yeah. If you're losing, you're down to blue, purple. I'm not sure what's going on. 5% got nothing. 3% got yellow. 3% got yellow, green. 1% got green. Okay, I mean, that's basically in line with what we were saying. So yeah, 1/3 of all people put crisp in with the desserts. And then fumble, turnover, mistrip. Yeah, like I was thinking turnover was some kind of sport term for like you made a huge mistake there because the ball's now in the enemy team's hand. The enemy team. I'm too much of a video gamer. Spiny, sharp, crisp, distinct. Interesting. So I think this is like shining and sharp are right next to each other. I'm pretty sure. So seeing spiny and sharp is going to be pretty common, and thinking, oh, okay, we're talking about like claw properties or something. I don't know. And then trying to find 2 more that go with it, and almost finding yellow as a result. All right. Putting fluff in, marshmallow fluff is a dessert. Errors. Yeah, I almost put crumble in with fumble as well. Cool. What are people doing first? Green first. Green with crisp instead of turnover. Okay, so that's not the same mistake I made. But look, putting crisp in with green is extremely common. So I don't feel too bad about that mistake. And then after all of these greens and yellows. Finally, we get blue at 3%. And then purple's at 2%. All right. You know what's interesting is I'm pretty sure purple first of winning games was 2% as well. So I think there are not too many people making a mistake and then getting purple. I think the people who got purple first got purple first. Alrighty. And 2% is low enough that I think it could have been people going for reverse rainbow. So they might not have actually recognized it first, but they figured out the rest of the whole puzzle and then locked in purple. All right. Well, how'd you do? Hello. Let's do pips for Thursday, January 22nd. We'll do the easy, medium, and hard. Let's play. Okay. So we don't have any doubles. We have 3 of his ones. So I guess something like 6-1. Then the 6-2 gets thrown out. Then the 1-1 goes here. And then the 2-4 goes the way it was already oriented. All right, 15 seconds. Could have been a little faster. Let's do the medium. All right, it is a D. Sorry. D, yes. That's what it is. So that's a domino. I have a double 6. Here's my initial thought. This, and this. And then this, and then this, and then that doesn't work because I need a greater than 3 in here. In fact, if we are going to have to reset because the 6s can't go in here because one of the 6s must be used by the greater than 3. It's the only thing that's greater than 3. So I'm thinking this is double 6 here. So, ooh, wait, no. What is it then? Double 2? No. Or should I orient differently? I have 2 1s. I have a singular 3. So, sorry, I have 3 1s. Okay, what if we do something like this to start us off? And then, I don't know if it matters which 6 goes in here, but we'll put that for now. And then we can do the 3-1. Oh, okay, so actually, it does matter. Let's do this and this. And that way the 3-1 goes down, and then the 1 blank goes to be equal there. Okay. A little tricky. Couldn't quite vibe that one. Had to put the 1s in here. But noticing that the only greater than 3 had to be 6 prevented 6 from doing this. And actually, the orientation of these dominoes was different than what I initially tried as well. All right, let's do the hard. I think on this one, it's worth drawing where the dominoes need to be. If you don't have, if you're not using a browser where you can install a drawing extension, I use the extension called PageMarker for Chrome, but there's plenty of them. If you don't have that, or you're on a phone or whatever, take a screenshot and then mark up the screenshot. That works too. But this is extremely helpful to do. Now, I don't know where we go from here. All of this is pretty open. So we're going to have to find maybe this 10. Like, do we have something that adds to 10? Like, that's going to be rare because it's only 5-5 or 4-6. So we're going to look for a 5-5 or 4-6. Okay, we don't have that, which means that this 10 has to go like this, and then that forces a bunch of other geometry. Just like that. Now the rest of this is open, so we're going to have to wait on that. Greater than 16 and 3 means 17 or 18 and 3. So that's going to be either 6-6-6 or 6-6-5. So this is either double 6 or 6-5. We have both, so we can't get in that way. This also adds to 10. So, sorry, it doesn't also. This adds to 10, so it's either 4-6 or 5-5. So, but this is a less than 2. So it needs to only have 0s and 1s in it. We do not have a single 1. So I think that's our in. The 0-4 goes up this way. And then the 0-3 goes into the 9. And now this has to be 6 into something that's equal. Maybe the 6-3. Since I need to use a 6 here, and I need to use 2 6s here. I still have so many 6s. This has to be a double. I don't think it's going to be the double 6. I think we're using too many 6s elsewhere. So we'll do the double 4 there. And now we have 4-5 and 4-3. I don't have enough 5s. Do I have enough 3s? I do. So if I do 4-3, then now I don't have a 3-3. So we're going to do this and this just to mark that up. So we have a 3 going down into something that a 6 goes up into. 3-5 or 3-6. It's interesting. Let's try 5. I can't quite see which way it's supposed to go. But, okay, I think I have to go the other way. I think I have to do this. And then the 6, 6 here. This will be 6. No. See, that doesn't work either. Hold on. This was forced. This is going to be a 6. This is going to have 2 6s. That's 3 6s. What case am I missing here? So if we do the 6 5, can I do 6 2? I can't do 6 2 up here. I don't have another 2. In fact, the only things coming from 3 are 5 and 6. What? I don't think I can do the. Oh, I can do the 4 5 maybe. Let's. No, because I need a 5 and. Oh no, this can be 6 6 6. I forgot that it isn't necessarily 6 6 5. It can be 6 6 6. So I can use my 5s in here. And do my 6 3 here and my 5 3 here. And then my 5 6 down and the 6 6 here. There we go. Now that leaves this 6 2 for over here. Forgot I need a 6 there as well. Unfortunately, I'm down to 4 3 and this needs to be greater than 4. Yikes. Okay. So I needed a 5 or 6 over here as well. And I ran out of them. That's forced. This is going to use a 6. So if I use 3 6s here, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 6s. That uses up all my 6s. And then this uses up all my 5s, and that's no good. Yeah, so just by counting, I did something wrong. Because this was forced. So, yeah, less than 2, yeah. Just double checking. So there's going to be a 6 in here, a 6 here, and at least 2 6s here. That's 4 6s used. And then if I were to make this 5s, I only have 3 5s. And so then this would be another 6, and that would use up all my 6s. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 6s, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them are forced. And so this needs to be a free agent 6 or 5. This is a 5 or a 6. So if I count up all my 5s and 6s, we're using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. I don't know the right way to think about this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have a total of 8 5 6 combined. And I'm forced to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm forced to use 6 of them in these specific spots, leaving only 2 left. And so the equals cannot be 5s or 6s. Okay. This equals has to be something else. I wonder if it can be the 4s. I wonder if I drew this wrong. And I wonder what happens if I put the 4 4 here. So 4 going up into this equals. It's not going to be 4 5. It could be 4 3 because we do have a. No, we don't have a 3 3. What do I have doubled up left? 6 6. Okay, that doesn't work. So this 4 4 is actually forced here. It's the only double that's left. I didn't realize that. So maybe 4. I think that means I have to make 4 3 work here because I can't do the 4 5. And so now I need 3s in here. Can I? Maybe this does work. Maybe I had it the first time I tried, and I just forgot at the time that we could do 3 6s here. That had to be the other double. Yeah, I think I just forgot that I could do 3 6s there. This works perfectly. Oh, I could have had this like, I don't know, 5 minutes ago, almost 6 minutes ago. Oh, okay. Yeah, I had it perfect, and then I was thinking in my head this had to be 6 6 5, even though clearly it could be 6 6 6. Darn, that's a fatal mistake there. So that's an unforced error on my part. All right. Well, how'd you do? Let's do the mini crossword for Thursday, January 22nd. Let's play. When doubled, a breed of dog. Chow Chow? With 7 across, a Ben & Jerry's flavor named for a rock legend. I don't know. Whatever you decide is good with me. I'm flexible, something like that. Whispered sound from a test cheater. Maybe one of the numbers. Like, what's number 4? Tournament victor. Blank the scoop. What's the scoop? Is it not Chow Chow? In fact, is that a you? No. What's the scoop? Maybe? Killer whales, orcas. Place for a bracelet, the wrist. Okay, this is Chow Chow. So I don't know what this one is then. Tech used for many of the ping pong scenes in Marty Supreme. Maybe CGI? Woohoo! Yay? Oh, Cherry Garcia. Whatever you decide is good with me. I'm easy. Oh, this is Champ. I remember this one down was Tournament Victor. Whispered. Psst, psst, psst. Okay. Adding the extra info about Test Cheater, honestly, made this harder because if it was just whispered sound, I think psst would have been fine. All right. Here's the scoop. Okay. Here's the scoop. We're not asking about it. We're saying it. Okay. Well, a little bit of a fumble at the start, but I got there. How'd you do? Let's do Strands. Today's theme is Ode to Joy. Beethoven? I want it to be Beethoven so badly, but I don't think so. What are we doing Ode to Joy for? I'm not thinking of what themes would be for Ode to Joy. Just maybe it's just synonyms for joy, like happy. Can we find happy? Because that would be an obvious thing to put in. No happy. Maybe elated. I see elate. Let's see if that locks in. It does not. Oh, okay. I thought for sure. Oh, okay. Am I wrong about? Oh, it is right there. That's funny. Am I wrong about the theme? Tie up. Weird. Even. Might have to start with a hint here. Stacy's mom. I heard something about Stacy's mom. Let's see. Blowed? What the heck would that be? Bliss? Oh, okay. So it is words for joy. It's just we didn't have happy, and it maybe elate is part of something. All right, well, we got bliss. How about sir? Okay, I got to think of more words like bliss. Do we really not have happy? We really don't. Happy, bliss. Not coming to me. It's unfortunate. One of the many reasons I'm not good at this game is being able to just rapid fire synonyms to a word. It's just not the way my brain works. Cast. I'm just getting words in case I need hints. Vent. Vents. Dex. Sod. Sigh. I don't know. Let's just grab a hint. It's funny. Stacy's in here. What is this? Maybe. Oh, I was thinking SSY or something, but that doesn't seem to work. Ecstasy. Ecstasy. Okay. Bliss and ecstasy. What's going on here is my question. Haven? No. Maybe it's the end of the spanogram? We still have elate. Did I lock in elate correctly? Yeah, sure did. Haven. Heaven. Obviously, heaven. No? Okay, so maybe this is the end of the spanogram. Something heaven. Seventh heaven? Okay. Very zigzaggy. All right. There are 3 words left. This is certainly one, because this isn't going to be one big word. So can I find it? Hap happy. Rhapsody. Rhapsody in blue. All right. Elite is gone. I just feel like there's got to be something related to Elite, but maybe not. What else we got here? I don't know. I'm just gonna grab it. I'm kind of over this puzzle. Elation. Okay. And then it's clearly air. Ach, pui. What the heck? Euphoria. Euphoria. All right. I could have just thought about drugs and HBO shows and gotten at least 2 of the words. Alrighty, cool. Well, how'd you do? Hello, today's bonus game is Word 500. I'm going to try something a little different today, and I'm going to start with Blaze. Get some uncommon letters in the start, which might help with the logic later on. All right, 1 yellow in Blaze. Let's use the E first, the most common letter. So maybe E in the middle. Just get some consonants here. Let's get some more uncommon things going on, like QUE maybe. Let's do quest. Just 1 uncommon. 2 greens in quest. So I'm going to see if it's an ESS word then. ESS. Chess works fine. Press, probably better. All right, so it is not the ES, but we have a yellow. So if you double click, it's a really hidden feature, but if you double click the Word 500 logo at the top, it resets, which is much cleaner than having to clear everything out. I'm going to say we still have the E, and I'm going to say we still placed it, but that would mean no S in the word, because it would have to be green here and yellow there. So we could end in ERT, I suppose. Let's try that. So what actually works? Exert. I like using the X there. 3 greens in exert. So maybe it does end in ERT. And obviously it's chirked. What else is even, what does that? Inert does that. Still 3. So I mean, I still think it's going to be ERT, but what is going on here? Overt. There we go. That worked out pretty well. Could have just been luck, but yeah, including uncommon letters is an interesting strategy. It's not something a computer would do, but I think for a human, it really helps narrow down the logical paths you have to go through in order to decide what letters to use. All right, cool. Well, how'd you do? And we are going to spin the bonus game wheel to see what tomorrow's bonus game will be. All right, we've got Joe's 8700 suggesting Hang 5. So it's kind of like a Hangman, Wheel of Fortune-y type game, but the words are thematic with a hidden theme, and you're not allowed to guess vowels without losing lives. All right. So there will be a link in the description if you'd like to play Hang 5 for tomorrow. And that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. There is a link to Wordle at the end of the video if you would like to watch that. I also have a pinned comment with all the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, want to leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.